my take on the Andre de Grasse 200 meters dash, time of 20.30 from 5 August 2024. I'm filming this the same day. It's the they're still going on this particular session for track and field at the 2024 Summer Olympic Games. So I've got it on mute downstairs. There's so many people watching that it actually crashed the TV, so watching on it through a streaming service something instead. So there's another race I want to report on, but we're going to start with this one. So this is the Andre de Grasse of Canada 200 meters dash race at the 2024 Summer Olympic Games in Paris, France. Time of 20.30 seconds. In round 1, heat 6 of 6 on Monday, 5 August 2024. So for the history of this YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi, I am Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I'm Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. And the preliminary heats in track and field is called round 1. So if you've been watching my swimming coverage or my aquatic sports coverage, the terminology is a little bit different and the structure is a little bit different than in the pool. So I am just, round 1 here is analogous to, though not the same as, preliminaries in pool swimming, because there's actually 4 rounds of competition in track and field, whereas there's only 3 for the sprint distances, at least currently, in swimming. So with his time, he achieved 2nd place in his round 1 heat and qualified for the semifinals ranked 14th. I provide my take / perspective on his performance and contextualize it in terms of his video bombing, a post-race interview, walking past in the background, of Noah Lyles after the race. They were both in heat 6. So yes, the broadcast I watched was not the Canadian broadcast because there's too many people watching the Olympic Games. I didn't tune in early enough to get that, you know, little slot that doesn't have a crash, you know. This is what he had a strong closing for this race, for the Andre de Grasse performance. So he improved towards the end of the race and was consistent. It was kind of consistent then with strong closing speed, because for how track and field works, again, if you're coming from swimming, it's different than in swimming. So for this, it's the first 3 in each heat that advance. Partially, so for middle distance running, that's because of the shared resource, partially, but in track and field, you can actually see the people, versus like partially this comes from like peripheral vision and just how human vision works. Like the top 3, there's just human anatomy in there, versus like in the pool, if you want to see somebody like looking at the reflection on the bottom of the pool or on the top of the pool, right? It's not actually seeing the person, and there's impedance to actually see the person with one's own eyes without interference, at least as I understand it. So then I was watching a non-Canadian broadcast and they were interviewing Noah Lyles, and I blew them both a kiss before they started, or each got it. I blew them each a kiss, Andre de Grasse and Noah Lyles. And so they interviewed Noah Lyles after the race, and he walked past in the background, Andre de Grasse. And so I was like, there's like scales of video bombing. I would consider that the most benign of video bombing is just walking past in the background. I think was it this way? So like this way for you guys. And then there's the, like, you know, walking past, but then like acknowledging, and then there's the walking past, acknowledging and doing a gesture, and then there's the like acknowledging and coming in and then just saying something, and then there's the like most severe video bombing, which is the interview hijack, right, where they come over and they hijack the interview, they just take over. So in terms of, from my assessment of video bombing, I would say it was the lowest severity video bombing he could do. Actually, he just walked past in the background. Yeah, I did think he was, of the 2, so they went 1-2, so Andre de Grasse got 2nd in the heat. He's not quite as chubby of a hamster as Noah Lyles. You guys know I like rodents, so that's not meant as like an offensive comment, but I was watching the interview and I was like, chubby hamster. For the guy in the foreground, the guy in the background is a little bit of a scrawnier hamster. He's a Canadian hamster. They run lean up there. There we go. Okay, so that's my take on the Andre de Grasse 200 meter de Grasse. I don't think it's grass, but I think they were pronouncing it grass. I was like, oh, okay. Andre de Grasse, 200 meters dash time with 20.30 seconds from 5 August 2024.